Neeks Sports here, live outside Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0 in the London derby. One of the biggest derbies in the Premier League this season. A pretty decent win for Mourinho, 2-0. He brought a winning feeling, it seems, back to Stamford Bridge after the win in the Champions League against Maccabi Haifa. What was your take on the game, Ramon?
Yeah, I mean, from an Arsenal perspective, played poor, in the end. Didn't really do anything going forward. Obviously, we got the two sendings off, changed the game a bit. But you can't argue with it. For me, they were right. The referee was right to do what he did. Arsenal were poor in the end. So, Chelsea, I guess, deserved the win. They weren't great, but I guess they deserved the win in the day.
Well, Ramon says that it seems like the two sending-offs were the correct decisions by Mike Dean. We're going to see what the fans have got to say.
Diego Costa's a disgrace and should be banned for bringing the game to disrepute.
I thought he'd been giving Arsenal all the decisions under the sun, but then when he really had to make one, fair play to him, he did the right thing.
Well, that's the thing, it seemed like the two decisions, it seemed correct. Obviously, Costa could have been sent off just before the first red card, but
that would have been exceptionally harsh. And I have to say, up until the point of the sending off, of the first sending off, he'd actually, I think, he'd been very generous to Arsenal. Let me put it that way.
You think it was a red card?
No chance. It was a booking, but it was never a red card.
What do you think? Do you think Costa should have got sent? Do you think Costa should have got sent?
Yes, definitely.
I think it was a bit of both.
Sorry?
You think it was a bit of both?
Not at all. Obviously, he had his arms all over it constantly. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you think about us Arsenal going forward? As strikers, did we do enough in the game?
Well, no, because after the sending off, it was only ones that were told after that. You know what I mean?
I thought they played a lot better.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do you think this is a turnaround for Chelsea now?
Yeah, I think so. Zuma was brilliant. Yeah.
What do you think about the sending off today? Do you think it was right?
I think it was right. They were bad.
You don't think it was a bit 50-50? No, you think it should have been?
No, it was very good.
It's just what we needed. We got a win after Maccabi Tel Aviv. That was it. It's put us back in momentum. I think this will be a bit of a turnaround for us. We've needed it. We needed a good win. Arsenal got two players sent off, but it doesn't really matter. You should have the discipline in your team. You know what I mean? To not have that. I think, to be honest, we played well. We deserved the win. They had their first 15 minutes, and we turned it around and showed why we're champions.
You say discipline. Obviously, we know Costa struggles with, you could say, discipline. Was he lucky to stay on just before the first red card?
He stayed on the pitch. If he was going to get sent off, he was going to get sent off.
Charity Shield, yeah? Good trophy win, that Charity Shield.
I mean, how can somebody poke someone in the eye and he's still in the pitch? And you have him kicking out Oxlade-Chamberlain and he's still on the pitch. I'm sure probably Abramovich must have given him some money, fam. He has taken some money.
Well Abramovich...
allegation on camera, fam. He has been bribed. He has taken what we call a Gunja in Nigeria, Gunja bribe. I'm telling you, fam. I'm so upset, fam.
What went wrong today?
A lot of it went wrong.
So who are you blaming?
I'm blaming the referee, and I'm blaming Diego Costa as well. Also,
you think he should have been sent off as well?
Yeah, of course. I think it should have been him that got sent off, to be honest.
What, and not Gabby?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think Arsene Wenger made the right choice starting Theo Walcott over Giroud again this week?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do you think about the performance of Theo Walcott? Do you think he did enough to keep himself in the squad? He was making some runs in the first half.
He was making some decent runs, but I still think he needs to improve just to show that he can be a clinical finisher. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on the game today?
Listen, let me take the mic here. Let me tell you something, yeah? Zuma, big problem for the next 10 years. Him and Varane, if they can get Varane next season, you're going to see big things for Chelsea. I've said it before, you know what I mean? It looks dangerous, absolutely dangerous. Diego Costa, I'll tell you what, you didn't get a goal, but you need someone to give you problems.
2 words, Mike Dean, 2 words.
What are my thoughts on the game? I don't really have any thoughts. I don't care. We just beat Arsenal. This is like, honestly, I don't think there's any, apart from Man United, I don't think there's any team in the world that gives you the most satisfaction other than beating Arsenal. Honestly, the amount of running their mouths they were up to the game, it just does my nut in. And then they were laughing at us how we're rent boys and we're going to go down. If you can't beat a bunch of rent boys who are nearly in the relegation zone, I think you should probably call it a day. Wenger has played Mourinho 16 times and he's beaten him once in the Community Shield, which apparently under FA rules or something is a friendly. So I think it counts, but I don't know.
Going into the game, you were 11 points behind Man City. Obviously, it's close to 8, depending on what happens in their game against West Ham. Do you think you can still win the title?
100%. I mean, we lost 3 games last season. We've lost 3 games this season. If we win them all, who knows?
Come on, come on.
Hey, fam. I say no.
Basically, it was a game of 2 halves. We started very well, started very strongly. Like I said, we dominated possession, but as it happens when we always... hello, my darling. To you as well. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, although you're very pleasant to look at. Anyway, before I was really interrupted, we dominated possession, but what clear-cut chance we had. Ramsey's through and goal. He sees the whites of the eyes. What does he do? Does he shoot? No, he doesn't. He tries to pass to his mates. And then what happens? The impetus goes to Chelsea. And then we have that incident with Costa. Now, I don't care what anyone says, right? Costa's an idiot, all right? He's a good footballer, but he's an idiot. He's mad as hell. He doesn't know whether he's Brazilian or Spanish. And you know what I mean? He's that stupid. But the bottom line is, he's got booked. He's on a tightrope. Why does Gabriel have to follow him in a naughty step? The bottom line is, if Costa's on a yellow card and he's feeling red, guess what you do? You just stay away from him.
Leave him.
You know what? He's letting his team down. But you don't go and give him a gift. It doesn't matter whether you could make contact or not. You did that, you studs. You've got to go off. That cost us the game.
It's a brilliant game, and I think, to be honest, Arsenal can't blame it on having 2 men sent off, because even if they had 11 men, they wouldn't have won anyway. They're not good enough.
Well, that's been 16 games Wenger's played against Mourinho, and sometimes they've got 11 men, sometimes they've got 10, but it seems like the result doesn't seem to change. Do you think Mourinho's got a mental edge over Wenger?
I think he does. It's all about confidence, guys. It's all about mindset, and I mean, Wenger never wins against Jose, and I don't think that's about to change anytime soon. I mean, we've been playing so badly recently, but I just think that this is like a massive confidence boost for the whole team, and I think every single player on the pitch played brilliant for Chelsea, so I have no complaints today.
So obviously, you were going into the game 11 points behind Man City, trying to defend your title, one of the worst starts.
I don't think it's too early to tell. Maybe Man City will drop off, I don't know, but I don't know if we will win the Premier League, but I think we've got a great chance for Champions League.
Well, we've heard from the fans, both Arsenal and Chelsea. Obviously a very good result in this London derby for Chelsea, if not a great performance. It was a bit slow, a bit tepid out there from the champions. 8 points behind Man City going into the evening kickoff against West Ham. They're going to hope, obviously, for some drop points for them to actually challenge for the title. Some fans think it's a possibility, others are a bit more realistic. But for me, good result, poor performance. We're going to have to see what Chelsea can do. What do you think about Arsenal?
Yeah, I think obviously it's a bad result for Arsenal. You know, Chelsea were bad form in the Premier League, could have taken advantage of that. Didn't work well. Obviously, you had the issues with it sending off. But at the end of the day, this is a game you got to try and get something from. You know, we've been talking about can Arsenal beat the big teams. Another one gone down. Can Arsenal still win the league? You know, I still got my hope. You know me anyway. I'll still cling on to this. Mathematically impossible, but it's not looking good for us at all.
Well, that's it from Neeks Sports. From me, Ramon. We'll see you next time.